Phoenix Suns fans everywhere are raving about the new addition that has really sparked himself since being introduced into that lineup, and it is Collin Gillespie. As he's seen his minutes increase, his development in this team has also increased. So, with that being said, what should James Jones and Matt Ishbia do with Collin Gillespie to make sure he ensures staying a Phoenix Sun for the future? We'll be getting into all of that and more on this episode of Suns Digest. I am Bruce Velez, and I want to give a huge shout out to you guys for showing your love and support on the channel. I do want to apologize for not having these constant uploads over these last couple of days as I have been busy doing some other work, but we are back on that train, getting you guys these daily uploads. We had the weekly live stream yesterday, which was super fantastic with everybody tuning in, and we're going to be coming at you live with another post game following the Suns matchup versus the Denver Nuggets tonight. So if you want to make sure you stay up to date on everything revolving around this Phoenix Suns team, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let us know your thoughts down below in the comment section. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive in and let's get into the news at hand today. Make sure to grab a snack. And like I mentioned with the Phoenix Suns, they have kind of showcased a singular player in Collin Gillespie who has really been able to showcase his skills. And I do believe that this move that the Phoenix Suns should be doing within their organization would make sense not only for them, but also for Collin Gillespie. As we look at Collin Gillespie over these last couple games, he has shown improvements, and specifically in the last performance versus the Los Angeles Clippers, Gillespie shot 4 for 5 from the field, 4 for 6 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3-point range with hitting a clutch three. But not only doing that, getting 3 assists, 2 rebounds, and 10 points, helping facilitate this offense. And Gillespie has only seen 3 games this entire season where he's had over 10 minutes, and that was versus the Rockets, versus the Pelicans, and versus the Los Angeles Clippers. And in the lowest performance, he obviously shot 50% from the field and 50% from three with 9 points, but 9, 9, and 10 with good shooting numbers while also being able to distribute the rock as he's had 4 assists, 3 assists, 2 assists, and at least 2 rebounds. Goes to show you that not only Collin Gillespie can be this scorer or point guard to kind of fill in for guys like Bradley Beal or Grayson Allen when they are missing from this lineup when the Suns need an extra punch on offense. But he could also be that facilitator. He can be a little bit of a rebounder, a little bit of a gritty guy, and fights hard on the defensive side. And I want to give Collin that credit. As Sam Cooper said, it'd be a great day to sign Collin Gillespie to a long-term deal, and I would agree. As we look at this tweet from Evan Cedery, in games where he's played a role this season, Gillespie is always producing for the Suns, averaging 9.3 points, 3.5 assists, and shooting 57% from 3-point range. Gillespie could be a candidate to join the Phoenix Suns roster on a standard contract to secure his rights before free agency, and I believe that is what the Phoenix Suns should do. I posted a poll about it. I'm going to have an article coming out about it as well, but I do believe that this is the right move for the Phoenix Suns, as Gillespie is a two-way player as of right now for this Phoenix Suns team, and that would mean they don't have his rights going into next season. Therefore, any team can realistically pick up and bring Collin in on a two-way contract if the Suns don't find a way to secure him, or if they could give him a bigger contract or a bigger role than what the Suns could give him as they see him kind of growing in the Suns system this season. That would be detrimental for the Phoenix Suns. Obviously, as we know, as this team needs to show some improvement, needs to have some young kind of stars in their system with guys like Ryan Dunn, Osa Ighodaro, and Collin Gillespie would be another one to add on to that. Not to mention that Gillespie has been a solid player for this Suns team as well this season. Like I mentioned, he was part of that comeback alongside Kevin Durant, hitting that clutch three versus the Clippers, in which a lot of Suns fans have really kind of showcased to kind of figure out about Gillespie. But even before that, he was a proven player at Villanova. I went to Seton Hall. I watched him play every single time for Seton Hall at the 4 years I went there. And trust me, as the Big East rival of Villanova, it was a pain to watch Collin Gillespie absolutely go off. And not only just that offensively, but fighting hard defensively, making the right plays on as a playmaker. And he's showed that through his growth with the Suns so far. I don't necessarily think that he should be a guy that could be starting or, getting really impactful minutes for this team. But as we've seen with Gillespie, he's looked a little bit better than Tyus Jones, and he looks like he could be in those conversations for those backup point guard minutes alongside him and Monte Morris in this rotation. So I just believe that that's what the Phoenix Suns should do and should pursue for this team, is promoting Collin Gillespie to a standardized contract so they have his rights, can secure him, lock him up long term for next season, and then it will make things a lot easier depending on what direction this team decides to go to. If they do decide to pivot for the rebuild and the retool, they have another young asset that they have on their roster. But if not, they have someone that they can use to build alongside these other guys and Ryan Dunn and Oso Cordaro to continue to grow alongside these stars, whoever stays with this team, to really hunt in the playoffs. So let me know your thoughts down below on Collin Gillespie and how you guys feel about him down below in the comment section. And what the Suns benefit from doing all of this, well, there are a lot of things that the Phoenix Suns would be benefiting from doing this. But the question is how would they get, obviously, Collin Gillespie on this roster? As the team has 15 guys currently signed to the team. And that guy would be Vasilij Micić, as we've seen with Micić here over these last couple rumors and weeks that he hasn't really played. He's only played 20 seconds for the Suns in the 12 games that he's been here since the post-trade deadline. Now, he hasn't been available for all those games as he was injured, but a team, Hapoel Tel Aviv, hopes to sign Micić this offseason and is rumored to want to give Micić the biggest contract in EuroLeague history. And Micić, who comes from the EuroLeague, it makes sense that he'd want to go back after a small stint in the NBA. And honestly, with playing with this Phoenix Suns team, this is the only picture we really have. Because, to be honest, he hasn't played. Like I said, he's only played 20 seconds. He's making $7 million. He's sitting there taking up a roster spot and taking a hole from someone that could be developing and could be playing. And for the Suns, a team that already wants to drop underneath the first apron going into next season, why don't we just kind of get this move ready and rolling, get the ball already going? If Matt Ishbia wants to compete, wants to win. Like he said at the beginning of the season, this is a win now move to help the Suns keep pushing. You see, with Gillespie injected into this lineup, the Suns look better as an offensive team with him as a creator and with him in the point guard situation and role. So I desperately do think this would make a smart move. Matt Ishbia is made of money. He's giving out $2 hot dogs, $2 water bottles. He can waive a $7 million in Vasilij Micić this season and right now, ultimately, to gift Collin Gillespie a little bit more run and a little bit bigger of a leash to continue to grow within this Suns organization and to prove to the fans what he can truly bring. It's sad to say that we have to have these type of stories this season, guys, around like Bull, Collin Gillespie, Ryan Dunn, who have all had to, fight their way through this bench unit to really establish themselves as key role players for the Suns, which is a little bit of a knock on Mike Budenholzer, as, took this long to find Gillespie. It took this long to figure out about Bull. Dunn had that gift and then was stripped away from him. It's honestly been tough with this Suns team, but when looking at the bright spots, I do think the Suns would benefit by keeping Collin Gillespie and promoting him to this promoting him from this two-way contract to a standardized deal and waiving Vasilij Micić, as Micić doesn't play. He's not going to be in the NBA next year. He wants to go back to the EuroLeague. The EuroLeague wants him. Wipe it right now. Matt Ishbia has made him money. Sign Collin Gillespie. Get his rights. Be able to ensure to lock him up long term next season and be able to give the Suns a little bit of an extra push, an extra additive for competing for this play-in. Like we said, the Suns obviously trying to compete, still sitting at 11th, 29 and 33 in the Western Conference. But teams like Dallas have been beat up. Sacramento have gone through some rough stretches. So the Suns potentially could creep back into that play-in. And if they get into the play-in, who knows, with the roster of Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, this team could openly go off offensively, dominate, and win 2 quick games and find themselves in the playoffs just like that. But it's something we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, Collin Gillespie can get some more run in tonight's contest versus his former team in the Denver Nuggets, looking for a little bit of a revenge game out of him. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Would you guys do this move? Do you guys think this is a smart move? Or do you think the Suns should just keep Gillespie on that two-way contract? Because they can still play him while still having Vasilij Micić, but ultimately it could potentially mean that Gillespie could leave in the offseason if other teams do value him and see that they can give him a bigger role than the Suns. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, how you guys ultimately feel. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, and go Phoenix Suns. Peace out, everyone.